one day there was wrestling.
I haven't even sat down.
Don Callis fought Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
He kicked his ass. It was a hair-for-hair match. Moxley scalped Don.
Man, I'd actually really like to see that. Let's take AEW to the next level. Let's have motherfuckers scalping motherfuckers.
No good. No.
Look, here I thought I was the one who did the writing.
Well, it's like they have to come to that giant feud anyway. So it's like, why not? And everybody, okay, that's the thing. Before the hair-for-hair match with Orange and Tony versus Marina, I guess, and Yuta happened, before that was announced to be a thing, I saw on Twitter that Ciampa, who we know is debuting this week at Dynamite, like we'll talk about later, I saw that he had, I guess, like done an interview or did something where he said that he was interested in a hair-for-hair match with Ricochet or something. I could be completely bastardizing that quote, but it was like the most random thing because they're bald men, so that's where that inspiration came from. I just feel like I've been seeing a lot of talk about hair-for-hair matches lately because it was like right after I saw the quote or whatever, hair-for-hair match announced between whatever. And of course, we're all hoping and planning on seeing Wheeler Yuta's head shaved.
That's crazy. I haven't seen a good hair-for-hair match in a long time. That'll be fun.
I don't know that I've ever seen one live. I mean, I haven't, like, not live, obviously, in person, but I mean, like, in real time, because all of the wrestling that I watched prior to AEW was quite old at this point.
I've seen the big one. The one that everybody thinks of when they think hair versus hair match. That's when Trump shaved Vince McMahon, and then we got the bald McMahon gimmick for a little bit there. That was kind of wild.
That sounds wild.
Good times.
You had to be there, I guess.
Oh, I mean, if there's anything I've learned about Vincent Kennedy McMahon, yeah, you had to be there. Because any time past that, I mean, clearly given everything we know about him, you know, it's not like the same kind of fun it was back in the day. You know, he was just an evil, crazy old man.
Yeah.
But when he was bald, it was wacky, at least.
Back in the day before we knew everything about everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's Wednesday, so you know what that means.
It's Dynamite on the 28th. So, tonight, the card is as follows. We have Chris Statlander versus Thekla for the AEW Women's World Championship. We have FTR versus Davis and Doyle. That was something else. Doyle has since been injured and taken out. He was injured in that match, actually. We did not get to see him finish that match, which was interesting to watch on live TV. And you caught it in real time, too. That was something else. We had Swerve Strickland versus Andrade. We had Jon Moxley versus Ace Austin, which was interesting. I will say the note that I had there was we just talked about this last week. You just talked about this last week. We talked about never really seeing new AEW talent anymore. They have a habit of just kind of disappearing, not showing up on our TV anymore. And I thought it was interesting that we're seeing Ace Austin pretty quickly after first seeing him debut. I mean, it has been a couple weeks, but they put him on there, got a match.
So I learned a thing about that.
Oh, okay.
I learned a thing about that. I'll explain in a moment, but
okay.
I know why he was there now.
So, we also have Kenny Omega versus Rocky Romero. We have we'll hear from or appears in action. No, he's appearing in action, I suppose, MJF. No, appears live in Austin. It doesn't even say live in action. It says live in Austin.
Because the man knows no action, except the action his lips do.
Moving on, final match, Mark Briscoe versus Clone for the TNT Championship. Also, I guess it is of note that the Moxley versus Ace Austin match was an eliminator match for the AEW Continental Championship. What's the scoop? Why was Austin there?
So, the snow, this winter storm that's fucked up our home and majority of the southern part of the United States, also apparently caused issue with some AEW stars. The Austin thing, as far as the information I could gather, was kind of like, in wrestling terms, like more or less on the spot. I'm sure it was probably like a day or two before the show, but I think Homeboy just got really fucking lucky that some people didn't get to make it to work that night.
Oh.
And Moxley is doing this thing with his title belt. He's going to, or I mean, I guess whatever title belt he's talking about. And, I guess it was supposed to be somebody else.
Okay.
But it was this Ace instead.
So he just kind of he filled a slot in the card.
I mean, notice who won.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it was going to be Moxley, which I kind of thought that was lame. I was like, make it something that doesn't even have to do with a title and let the kid win. But I guess if he was just replacing somebody in the match, then that makes more sense.
He did the job. But
got the job done.
But he did it. He did it well. He's a good kid. He's good to watch. But I don't know. Maybe it's his Lane Staley hair, but I don't have a super big. It's not like I hate him. He's not like a lot of people on the roster who I just fucking hate. But he's all right. He's cool. He can do more, and I'll give him the thumbs up eventually.
I think he's really good. The little bit of him that we've seen so far, I think he's really good. And I thought it was cool he had a match. So even if it was by happenstance or chance or weather, it was nice. Nice to see AEW do something there. I do have one note about Don Callis. I was so mad to see him because I'm always mad to see Hot Dog Man, but he has to have his hand in every single segment. I was just like, please stay out of our Swerve Omega Hangman situation. You don't need to stick your nose in this too. And also your fucking teeth, because that was one of the craziest things I saw that night, other than Doyle getting injured on live TV. Don Callis' teeth, I guess his dentures or whatever, popped out mid-promo while he's talking, mic fully in his face, and he proceeds to grab them with his hand that isn't holding the mic, put them back in while he's talking and delivering this promo, and just keeps going without it ever phasing him, without anything changing. So I thought that was unfortunately very impressive. And I think I truly believe that nobody else is as good at being their character as Don Callis is. He is Donald Callis.
He's been doing it since the 90s, the same gimmick. It makes a lot of sense. And I don't know why this distinction is cooler to me than he put them back in his mouth, but I think he just deadass dropped his teeth in his pocket and we're like, I'm just going to save these for later.
I thought he popped them back into place. That's crazy. He just
No, he hit a wiping motion.
Oh, got you.
And kind of scooped them in, but I don't think he got them all. And I think this is where I was going with this. He tried, some of them dropped out, and he was able to kind of scoop them, but he didn't want to go back because I think he missed one, and it's almost like he's still got one in his mouth, and he's kind of holding it in his cheek or under his tongue or something. But he's going, he's doing the shit. He's Don Callis. He's the fucking jackal.
Well, it looked like he had put, originally when we were watching it live, I did not know it was his teeth. So I thought he, grabbed a piece of gum and put it in his mouth really quickly. I was like, what the fuck did he just do with his mouth when we were watching it? But then come to find out later, it was actually an oops. And I think just he rolled with it very well. So I thought that was a cool moment, unfortunately. Oh no, there's trouble in Protoshita Paradise. Kyle Fletcher accepted Okada's apology, and Takeshita is pissed. That happened.
I mean, if I personally had to pick between the two, Takeshita, you're cool and all, but you're not like Rainmaker cool, So, I mean, it's bud, you can either get on the train or get your ass whooped, probably.
Oh, you just love Okada. I don't know. Kyle and Takeshita already have a fun little name and everything. They've got history. They've got each other's backs up until lately. Who knows?
I mean, that doesn't sound like a very solid friendship to me. Oh, you accepted somebody's apology? How could you?
I guess really that is a bad friend move. And especially, it's a bad family move,
No.
Yeah, for the Don Callis man, because they're all supposed to be family.
Yeah, they're all supposed to be getting along and doing what's good for the family.
It's a bad move on Takeshita's part. I see what you're saying.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think clearly the best match of the evening was Swerve and Andrade. That was cool as hell. Both of them did so good. I will say one of my favorite moments ever was Andrade doing the double flip. Fucking, he was trying to land a move, I think off the top rope, trying to land on Swerve in the middle of the mat. Swerve moved back so he would miss him, and Andrade missed, and then he did another back flip.
Yeah, landed on his feet, and then fucking did the... Yeah, that was...
It was like a double flip.
Fuck.
It was so fucking cool. That was a great moment.
Well, I mean, I gotta unfortunately put the guy Andrade on the list of people I have to hate because my wife said she likes to watch him wrestle.
The note was Andrade is actually so nasty in the ring. Like, he's so fucking good.
He has to die.
No, he doesn't. He's great.
I have to catch him in the ring and pile drive him into a literal quarter.
Oh, Beppo.
Anywho, fuck that guy.
No, he's just a good wrestler. It was a fantastic match.
He is a good
You enjoyed it too. I was there with you.
That was the whole point, is that unfortunately, as much as now I have to put him on the list, little Jericho reference before your time, he's damn good. He's damn good. And him and Swerve together was a damn fine pairing. Truly one of the best matches of the night.
I did notice something that just sort of stood out to me. Swerve was landing this counter from Andrade on the barricade. They were standing on the barricade, both of them, and Andrade was countering a move that Swerve had just done. And Swerve, like, drops. And the way that Swerve, like, reached up instinctively, like, his hand and his arm almost go to, like stop himself from falling on this barricade because it's this fast moment. And, like, he has this knee-jerk, very human reaction, and he stops. He doesn't actually fully extend his arm. And it's good because he probably would have, like, hurt his hand or his wrist somehow if he would have, like, actually held on to the thing while he fell on it. But I just thought it was interesting how wrestling, I don't know, just as a person who, once again, is newer to wrestling as a whole and watching it, it's interesting to me how it requires these performers and these athletes to put aside their human knee-jerk instinct reaction, their fight or flight, like, I should catch myself, I'm falling, but you're doing a job and you know you can't do that and you don't want to because it wouldn't look very good for TV and stuff. It's just a reminder of how very real and how very just intricate and interesting wrestling is. I caught that little moment and thought it was cool.
Decent segue. Talk about stupid motherfucking injuries. FTR versus Davis and Doyle, or Dickhead and Dickhead. Fucking everybody posted little clips on Twitter of, I believe it was Cash Wheeler, doing a little drop on Doyle. Yes. And talk about responses and understanding of when to move your arms and where to put them, and maybe when to fucking let go of a rope as your body's being jerked down in like a fast motion. You would think maybe I should go ahead and not try to hold myself onto this, but no, he proceeded to hold onto that rope, get dropped, looked at Wheeler, and what I'm assuming to say is, you just broke my arm, and then left.
When we were watching it, you told me that he said, "You just tore my bicep," to
That's what it
Cash. And he looked up at him, and I saw that because we rewinded it a few times and played it back again just to see that little interaction. And it does look like, just trying to read his lips in that moment, that's what he said.
He's saying you.
Yeah, like, you, Cash, you did this. And it's very clear if you watch it back, he does hold on to that rope. And it's like I wonder if that's exactly what I was just talking about. Like, that was his human gut reaction, was to try to stop himself from falling, because it's what you would do. Like, just, I don't know, instinctively. But yeah, he absolutely fucked himself up, and it was very interesting because, again, we did not see him for the rest of that match. It was only 30 seconds probably left in the match.
Last long.
Right. But it's not often you see a wrestler, like, actually taken out of a match, and they did it very quietly, succinctly, like we didn't on TV see where he went, of course.
But that leads me to wonder. They keep bouncing around. They keep, having him do this. What is next for Mark Davis? Because if it's not team up with Fletcher,
Aussie.
I mean, the man can't work alone. The man can't have a tap. It's like Spinal Tap. You hook him up with somebody that's like a drummer. They're gone.
He's got the Spinal Tap drummer curse. Anybody you pair Mark Davis with, injured, out, gone, inexplicably.
They just need to go ahead and, well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's the ticket. No, we can't put Kyle with you, Mark. He'll die.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair. He'd die. Just like all the drummers before him. That's crazy. That's a good analogy. Yeah, it does seem like he has had quite a string of bad luck with partners. I don't know. I don't know what's next for him. I know he's got a match coming up this upcoming week versus Hangman. I don't know where that came from.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's going to go swimmingly for him. That's just what he needs after losing his tag team partner.
Of course, just lose again. We'll see. Speaking of losing, and something that I absolutely hated, but I honestly didn't expect much else, the AEW Women's World Championship match that night. Of course, Chris Statlander retained. I kind of figured that was going to happen, but it would have been really, really, really nice to see Thekla, I don't know, Thekla take the title, and I don't know, like, even if she didn't have it for long, even if it bounced between a couple women for a while, I don't know, I'd be very pleased with that. I think that would be really cool and switch things up. I feel like Stats had it for a while now, and I just, me and my underdogs, I'm always rooting for, like, the lesser of the characters, the lesser of the star power sometimes, unless it's MJF. And so I don't know. Really, Thekla did great that match. She always does great. It was awesome to see her wrestle, but fucking no.
I'd like to put MJF on that list that I just got done talking about, but the man doesn't wrestle, so I don't think I have to worry about you saying that phrase when it comes to him. As far as Thekla goes, I think because she's so good, first off, yes, I completely agree. She should have won the title. And if nothing else, just had it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Had some matches, maybe a good pay-per-view, and, then lost it. Cool.
Fair.
But she is too good for the Triangle of Madness. And I hope they break up. Because if it was me, I'd be mad as shit because they came out during that match, watched for a little bit, and then slinked to the back. And then said, like, they were essentially like, we're choosing our title, like our title shot over helping you, BFF. Because at the end of the day, they're a tag team, and Thekla can be a women's champion.
Yeah, that's true.
So just go ahead and fucking break them up, give Thekla the push she deserves, and I don't know, I guess fucking let the other two have the fucking women tag team championship for a little bit. Just so they could say they were AEW women's tag team champions for a couple months or something.
I really don't want them to be tag team champions, but if the Sisters of Sin had the tag team championships and Thekla had the world championships, all three of the Triangle of Madness would be belted up. It would be nice, I guess, for the Triangle of Madness people.
See, multiple options they could do with those three.
Yeah, see, you could go a couple ways with it, but I agree. Let's see more of Thekla. We can't forget about AEW's newest signing this week, Ciampa.
Fuck this guy. Entrance is cool.
Entrance is very cool. Honestly, on Dynamite, Ciampa had me. I was ready to be there for it. Very cool entrance, very cool look, very cool energy. He felt like he was gonna come out of the gate swinging, which I guess he did because come Collision on Saturday, he had lost me hard.
Oh my god, this fucking guy.
Which takes us to Collision on Saturday. So, Collision on Saturday, the card is Mark Briscoe versus Ciampa. We've got the Babes of Wrath versus the Sisters of Sin. We have Okada versus Adam Priest. The Rascalz versus Crew. Darby Allin versus Clark Connors. So,
yeah, that fucking guy.
Yeah. Couple new faces, I would say, on this Collision. At least newer or like less often seen faces, I guess you could say.
I mean, it's people I ain't seen in a fucking while and a couple new people. I really like the Rascalz.
Me too.
I think they might become one of my favorite things about AEW.
Very fun.
I don't really know, I guess they could be shit. They could get in there and be shit. But I'll be completely honest with you. I don't entirely care. They seem really fun. I like the whole deal, the gimmick, if you will. I'm trying to go out into the parking lot and get a little bit of that medicine they were talking about.
That was really fun. No, I love their gimmick, but I thought they did great. I was actually really impressed with them wrestling-wise. I mean, it's the first time we've seen them. This was their debut match. So, first time seeing them, like I said, I was super impressed. I was really, I like their pace. I like how fast they are. They're kind of high flyers. So, I don't know. I like it.
Mr. Wince.
Yeah. Mr. Wince. I guess it's Zachary Wince and the Rascalz, and it is confirmed that, well, at least confirmed via Wikipedia, so, take that with a grain of salt or whatever. But it's apparently confirmed that he got inspiration for the way he spells his last name, or the last name as a whole, from Pete Wentz of Fall Out Boy. Anywho. Yeah, that was a fun match. Speaking of faces we don't often see, too often, crew, so, Leo Rush, maybe?
Jobber Rush. And see, it kills me because I've seen him for a while now, and I don't actually think he's that bad. I think he's a little dude who can do a lot if, the right person he's wrestling will let him, but otherwise it's kind of unbelievable, for him to just go in and bully people. So, he uses that to his advantage, I think. He tries to be cool and he understands his stature, and I like watching Leo Rush. And I even had an interaction with him on Twitter where I told him that. But I also told him he's got jobber mentality. And for anybody who's curious, I'm a firm believer in that being a jobber is not a status, it is not a type of person, it is entirely a mental place. It is, you put yourself in this jobber mental state. And, if you're like, damn, I'm tired of being a jobber and I'm tired of losing all the time, well, then do something about it. Change your gimmick. Maybe it's not necessarily working. Try to win more matches is the biggest one, but in order to do that, you have to exhibit, I would say, higher wrestling skills than you're showing currently at a jobber status. Go to the gym more, hit the ring more, find more people to wrestle with in the off time so you can perfect yourself and inevitably outgrow the jobber mind state. That's my opinion. Anybody can do it. If you're a jobber nowadays, or you get offended at me saying the word jobber because it's a frowned upon word now, enhancement talent's the word. Cap, they're jobbers, and it's all because they haven't put in the work yet to be other than that. We all start there. It's how it works. If I show up in AEW, guess what? I'm probably going to get my ass beat a handful of times before I actually get a win. I'll be a jobber, but I won't be a fucking jobber for long because you can't keep this clown down, honk honk.
You cannot keep that clown down. Things I would like to see less of lately are Willow and Harley versus the Sisters of Sin and the Triangle of Madness and Statlander, and just these three women just in a constant rotation.
It needs to be broke up. It has been very repetitive over the past couple of weeks. They need to break that up. It's been enough. They've lost. I think it's over now. Everybody's lost collectively. So hopefully we can move on from that. I think that's about it.
I hope so. I just think it went on maybe a little too long. I liked the rivalry because mostly I liked Thekla's promos in it. I thought that was the most fun part about it. But I almost feel like the Women's Tag Team Championships have been sort of stalled by this whole thing because it seems like they've been bouncing between the same couple of people back and forth. And it's like, maybe let's get some fresh blood, which I think they're gearing up for with Hayter and Windsor.
We need that tag team.
Yes, very excited for that. We did see a promo for them. I think it was on Collision. Very well dressed. Very fun stuff. Excited to see them. It does appear that at least Jamie, but I think Windsor had some 70s inspired situation going on with that jacket thing she was wearing. But anyway, I think they took my advice and leaned into Jamie's gimmick, so I'm excited for that. That's gonna be good. Yeah, I think things are about to change with that, so I can't complain too much.
Other than that, Darby got ragdolled and then won.
Yeah.
So, typical Darby match.
Typical Darbs. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am sick of the ragdoll thing.
I agree. But other than that, this is only the main event.
And what a main event it was!
Dog shit. Awful.
Terrible decision. It's a terrible decision, and I stand by. I stand by me saying that because Briscoe deserved that title run. There was so much put into the build-up of him winning the TNT title, and he deserved it. I think that Mark Briscoe is one of, if not the hardest quote-unquote worker in AEW as a wrestler. I mean, the man has like 12 children, but he's still at every single Dynamite, every single Collision. I think he went home a couple weeks ago for 1 week on a Collision, and he did a promo from like outside his barn, you know? So like the man never stops, and the man never ceases to be able to make anybody that he wrestles with look good, whether they're quote-unquote jobbers, like you say, or they're some of the top people in the company. Mark Briscoe is an incredible wrestler, and he deserves better. I feel like every single time he's had a title or had a win, he's been knocked down because somebody else, somebody bigger, I guess you could say, you could argue it was somebody bigger, had a bigger plot. You know, Ciampa's brand new, he comes from wherever, and he's hot shit right now, so he's gonna get this title, and Mark can wait his turn again until he gets it again gets, you know, his next big win again for a month or so.
Mark is a prime example of a mid-card superstar. Everybody loves Mark. He is a fantastic wrestler, and he's engaging with the audience, and he is relatable due to his very human status. And on his Twitter, his bio is 13X. And I'm pretty sure it's because he has 13 kids, and even if he doesn't have 13 kids, the man wrestles like he has 13 kids, and he deserves better than he got. Fuck this new guy. I think his entrance is cool. It's apparently sung by the same guy who did Big Show's entrance, which is pretty neat little fact. But other than that, he came and made his presence apparently known on Wednesday with Mark, and his first match he takes Mark's belt. It's bullshit. Mark deserves better. He finally got the belt after everything he's done for AEW, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like I think they're doing him super dirty or anything, but at the same time, he worked hard to get that belt, and just to show up your first match, clap your hands, get a belt. That's insane. I don't know much about this guy, but I guess he must be one of those dudes. I haven't seen it yet, but I don't know. It is just the beginning.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. The whole show up and get a belt just because of, I guess, your star power or whatever. I really think you should have to earn your way up at least a little bit in this company. Like, yeah, I know they're a newer company or something, and maybe I'm sure he's been wrestling much longer than AEW has existed, so maybe there's an argument for that. But it felt way too soon. Way too soon. And even after he was like cutting a promo or whatever, and he was like, this is my first, I've been here less than a week or whatever, and I've already won a belt, won a championship.
Well,
so
of course he's been wrestling longer than AEW's been around. I'm sure when he started wrestling, there were still dinosaurs on Earth. Nah, he's not that old. He's only a little bit older than we are. I shouldn't make jokes like that.
But yeah, no, I hate it. I think Briscoe deserved better. And I agree. I don't think they're doing anything too dirty. I mean, I'm sure Mark is okay with it, at the end of the day. But as a Mark Briscoe fan, I don't know. And you want to see him win one for real for a while and not have it taken away, especially like that. That felt lame. Felt pretty lame. And I guess it meant something to the guy. I mean, Ciampa's his wife and his kid was there after. It's a nice moment. I even saw pictures with him and Tony Khan and Briscoe after together. Like, kayfabe's dead, but still, it's nice. The sportsmanshiply, everybody's happy, everybody's doing whatever. Like I said, I'm sure Briscoe's fine with it. It's just, I'm waiting for Briscoe's comeuppance one day, but we have not arrived at that day yet, so.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
That's what they say.
Another week in AEW history.
Another week in AEW.